Hi, everybody, and welcome to my channel. I'm Kellie-Ann, the founder of The Accidental Entrepreneur, and I teach women the simplest and fastest way to launch an online business from scratch or to restart an online business when you need a little bit of a reset. So today we're going to be talking about some top businesses, some top business ideas you should avoid. A lot of people talk about, the top 20 business ideas for 2022. How about we talk about some of these business ideas that you should avoid, particularly if you're watching this and you do not have deep pockets, you want to start and launch fast, you have a little bit of income, but you don't have a lot of savings, and you want to make things happen now. Okay, so here are a couple of business ideas I would highly recommend you avoid if you fall into any of those categories. I've been doing this a long time, and trust me when I tell you, I've heard it all. I've heard just about everything. And at the end of this, I'm going to let you in on the wackiest idea someone ever came to me and asked for help to launch. And again, I told this person to avoid it. So I'm going to drop that at the end. So when we're talking about businesses, starting up a business, I like to position it as, you have a circle and you have 4 quadrants. Okay. And you've got high profit, okay, at the top. You've got low profit here. You've got low cost, and you've got high cost in terms of costs, in terms of getting it started, and profit in terms of, okay, how much money am I going to make? So high profit, low cost to start up, high cost. So in the quadrant, okay, of low cost to start up, low barrier to entry, and high profit, we're looking at typical things like, e-courses and digital products and coaching, that one-to-one model. That's pretty much a no-brainer. You've probably heard it all before, okay? But then over in the other quadrant on the opposite side, when we're looking at, yes, there's a potential to make a whole lot of money, but there is a substantial cost involved. That's usually where software fits in, which brings me to my first business idea. Okay, you should avoid if you don't have deep pockets, if you don't have a ton of savings, if you want to start now, software. Now, software is costly, it's time consuming, it takes startup cash, plus there's such a low barrier to entry right now. Anybody can deploy subpar technology. If you go on any app store and you search up, I don't know, running app, a diet app, calorie app, a yoga app, you will see a gazillion in one of these, okay? I've heard like 19-year-olds who are in their parents' basement developing apps. The reality is it's costly. Okay, it's time consuming, and there is no such thing as go to market quickly. And unless you have a standout, like super unique problem solving software or app, and you're able to play the long game, unless you can check off those boxes, okay, avoid it. Avoid it. What I tell people is when you're looking to start a profitable, meaningful business and you want to do it now, you don't want to put your dreams on hold any further. You want to make things happen now. You should be looking at that hole in the market. What do people need? What are their problems? Are they actively searching for a solution to this problem? Okay. What can I give them now? I don't want to wait 6 months, a year, 2 years if we're talking software. So software, avoid it. Product-based businesses. I'm sorry, everybody out there. Don't send me hate mail. Product-based businesses. If you want to start a product-based business and you're required to put out pant loads of money on inventory that's going to sit in your garage with no guarantee you can sell it. You don't have any sales or marketing background. You really have no money to market it because you've dumped it all in inventory. And again, there's only, so many friends and family you can sell to. I would avoid this type of business. If you're looking to make X amount of money, a month. Yes, I know. I get it. A lot of you out there are selling your products, and God bless you. Don't send me hate mail, but I'm saying for the people out there who want to make a substantial, let's say you want to make your $5,000 a month, consistently, you don't have a lot of money to dump in to start up. You don't have a lot of space for inventory, and you don't have a lot of sales and marketing background. Any product business is super, super dependent because your average transaction size, let's say it's under $50, is super dependent on eyeballs. You need eyeballs, you need traffic. And if you don't have the money to buy traffic and to pay for a substantial amount of digital marketing, it's not where you should be starting. So you want to probably think about avoiding that, The next one is e-stores for other brands. This is really interesting. So what I mean by that is you want to start an e-commerce business selling other people's brands, okay? But the reality is now, this is 2022, okay? And the trend is that more brands are selling directly to consumers and they're bypassing the retail space altogether. I think it was Nike, and again, forgive me, menopause brain. It might Nike who just announced they're going to bypass online retailers altogether and go directly to consumer. So unless you can compete with these big brands with deep pockets to market, and you can take a hit on maybe the first or second product, because you've seen these people do it, you know, buy your first product and get 50% off, unless you can take that hit, like don't compete with them. So don't think that this is the, you know, the genie in a bottle. Okay, so e-stores for other brands, you might want to avoid that. And finally, I want to talk about web design. No, I'm sorry, I've got a lot of you out there, web designer friends. And back in the day, 20 years ago, when I started my first business, I was filling a hole in the market. I needed to make money fast. Okay, and yes, I would take a lot of these web projects. But 20 years ago, okay, all you needed to know was some basic HTML and, you know, some basic design skills, and voila, you could charge somebody for a website. But here's the problem. Nowadays, web designers, you need to know, let's say, some basic coding, probably, yes. You need to know a content management system like a CMS, some e-commerce, SEO. You need all of this knowledge, okay? And so that's a great example of a business with a low barrier to entry, but you do need, okay, a ton of skill, a ton of knowledge across multiple areas. And here's the kicker, you're competing with the DIY crowd. The DIY crowd who will buy like out of the box software, you know, build your website in a day. You're competing against that crowd, okay, and that DIY mentality. So it's becoming increasingly difficult to just make a sustainable business out of selling websites. Okay, so again, don't hate me. I'm just telling you what I know to be true, okay? And again, if you're the exception to the rule, tell me. But again, remember what I'm saying. I'm talking about, you know, if you already know, if you know e-commerce and SEO and you have a huge digital background and you know basic CMS stuff and all of this, you know, you're a WordPress guru, what have you, fan-freaking-tastic. But I'm talking about the person like 10 years ago, even with some basic HTML that could hang up a shingle and say, I'll develop a website for you. Okay, so those are some top 4, but I want to tell you, I said at the beginning that I would tell you about this classic story I had about a woman who approached me and she's like, Kellie-Ann, I want you to help me start a business. I've got this fan-freaking-tastic idea. And it was all about toilet training cats. Okay, sorry. It was all about toilet training cats. Like she was super jazzed about it, toilet training cats. She'd gotten so attached to the idea. She was going to create a business model. She was going to create an e-course with workbooks and you know and video based to help the owner toilet train their cats. And I asked her, well, like, is this even a problem? Is this even are people looking to toilet train their cats? Because the number one business to avoid is a business. Okay, you're building a business around a problem that you think exists. She thought people actually were actively searching how to toilet train their cats. It was a problem for them that they were using kitty litter or cat litter, okay? The reality was she didn't do her homework. And so she had, you know, spent a lot of time, a lot of talent, a lot of energy on cobbling together this outline and the syllabus for this course how to toilet train cats. And when she came to me, I'm like, listen, lady, straight up, okay, I could take your money, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, like you need to validate if this is an actual problem. So number 1, do not create a business and dive into it head first without a plan, without a purpose, without validating if people are actively searching for your product or service. Is this a problem that exists? Are they on the Google box every day, you know, searching for a solution to this particular problem? Nobody, okay, I guarantee you nobody, or at least not enough, not a bulk, not a hungry enough group of people that would sustain a business model. They weren't looking for solutions to toilet train their cat other than kitty litter. So there you go. So now you're saying, okay, well, I kind of know what businesses to avoid. And this is just tip of the iceberg, folks. What about businesses to start? So I'm going to drop below in the description, the comments of this video, a link where you can grab top 50 online businesses for 2022. I'll put that in the link below. And again, subscribe to my channel, like, share, comment. I'd love to hear from you, but easy on the hate if you're a web designer or a product-based business or what have you. It's all said with love. Okay, so bye guys.